Hi everyone, welcome to a Stamping to Share video. My name is Kay Kalthoff, and today I'm going to share with you a really awesome technique called the painter's tape technique. And I actually shared this last night with my club members. I was inspired by a card I received last year at Founders Circle from Allison Sullivan, and I loved it. And I thought, oh, I need to share this with my club. So last night was their lucky night. They got to do this technique. So today I'm going to share it with you. This is a Marina Mist cardstock base. It's just cut in half and then folded in half. So that means it's 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half. And so that makes for a card base of 4.25 by 5.5. I did the background with an open C stamp. It looks sort of like a journal entry. And I just stamped that tone on tone. Tone on tone is just where you take the same ink color as the cardstock and just stamp over it. And then I use some soft sky as one of my layers at 3.5 by 4.5. And then of course we get to do our painter's tape technique. So I'm going to get some scrap paper into the picture, and I have a white panel that I'm going to be using. It's 3 inches by 4 inches. This is the panel that we're going to use our technique on. So the first thing that I did is I took some ordinary painter's tape. This is 2-inch tape. This is like 1-inch tape. I didn't use the 1-inch tape in this card, but I have used the 1-inch tape in some other projects, which I will show you one of them tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. This is our painter's tape cut with handles. So I just cut it a little bit longer than the ink pad, and then you can just kind of press it down on the ink pad like so. And then you lift it up, and then you're just going to do, just lay it across the bottom of your panel and press down and lift up, and there you go. There it is. And then we just continue on. So the first one was Marina Mist. The second one's going to be Pool Party. So here's that look. And then our third panel, or our third strip of color that we're going to put down is Soft Sky. So here is that one, right here at the top. And we lift it up, and you can see how these panels can be used several times over. Now it looks like I missed a spot there, so it's no big deal. We can just go in and fill that in a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now it just comes time where we do some stamping. So to stamp over the top of this, I'm going to use some StazOn black ink, and I have the ship from Open Sea. I'm just going to stamp that here on the waves. There we go. Doesn't that look great? Then we're going to take the Marina Mist back into the picture. Oops, set this tape aside. And one of the things that I do, since I don't put stickers on, is when I'm using something like a globe and I have it on my clear block, I just take a Sharpie marker and mark the top and the bottom so that I make sure not to stamp my globe upside down or something. So we can put that right there. And then I'd like to add some embellishments to this panel, but before I do that, I'm going to adhere it down to a black panel. And people always ask me for measurements, and I just think, oh, do I really want to go there? Because I'm one of these people that do like really precise measuring. So this is actually, this black panel is 3 3/16 by 4 3/16. And the reason I do that is I think sometimes that 3/16 is just like the perfect mat. It's not too skinny and it's not too fat. So we're going to go ahead now and just layer that down with some snail. And that just goes right over the top of the black panel. There we go. And when my ink, I'm not sure if it's quite dry, I like to flip it over onto scrap paper and just press from the back so we don't get anything smeared by accident. And then we're going to take some, let's see, we've got some ribbon here. This is our cotton ribbon. It's just in a nice natural color. So we're going to, I think, just tape that on. And tape it onto the other side. And then the second ribbon, we're going to do another ribbon overwrap. Give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, I think this canvas ribbon looks really awesome, especially with the theme we've got going here. It's kind of a natural trim, so we've got this kind of canvas ribbon on the bottom and then a natural trim ribbon over the top of that. And then we're going to get a paper piercing mat, and we're going to make a hole through both ribbons and through both pieces of cardstock. Give that a couple of good twists, and then we're going to find a brad and just poke that through if all goes well. Or maybe it won't go well. What's going on here? I guess the legs were a little bent going in. Let's try it again. If nothing else, one other thing I've done sometimes if it gets awkward putting a brad in is just cut the legs off and put it all on with a glue dot. That also can work, but it looks like we've got it here. There we go. And there is our panel. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. So now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put this right on top of the card there. You can see that it's not a very difficult card to assemble. Just going to add some dimensionals to the back. I'm not really too picky about where my dimensionals go, just as long as I know that there's some good support on the four corners and then right in the middle. And then this could just go right here. I got it a little bit crooked. There we go. And here is our completed card. This is the front. This is the inside. This sentiment comes from Best of Greetings. It's one of the Stampin' Up 25-year celebration sets. And then, of course, the globe on the inside as well, which comes from the stamp set called the Open Sea. Hope you've enjoyed learning about this painter's tape technique, and stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to show you another card that I've done with the 1-inch painter's tape. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. Bye-bye.